Good evening. My name is Brightops, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Mechanicus. And for those of you out there who are currently celebrating it, either because it's the day on the day itself or it's tomorrow. Yes, I am dating this video. Happy Easter. I will admit there has been a bit of a lull in me creating and uploading videos simply because I've been spending time with family during this holiday season. But anyway, let's see. Last time we earned ourselves a new troop unit in the Skitarii Vanguard. We upgraded Explorator Serious Armor, though we didn't quite get Dominus Conrad because, well, alas, we were not quite able to... Now that's interesting. We can actually set a custom color for our... Yeah, we can actually customize our troops if we wanted to, in coloration. Though not individually, it is as a whole. But anyway, I believe this time around we decided to do something a bit different. Consolidation for Kipra. Subdomina Kipra has requested aid in taking the pressure off her Skitarii troops. Collapsing key areas of the tomb of Ecropus will hinder enemy movement and stop them from overwhelming the Skitarii. And in exchange for this, we not only get a new troop unit in the Skitarii Ranger, we also gain a third Tech Priest. So, which I am more than happy to do. And just for the sake of it, we will spend a bit of Blackstone in a little bit of Blackstone. And let's see what. And why not? We'll go with the blessings of the Omnissiah. You do not relish this mission, Subdomina Kipra. I ascertain this from your pupil dilation and nervous system stress levels. Even in victory, the men and women on the ground suffer. But that is not something I imagine troubles a Magos. Some tech priests chose to exercise the emotional centers of their brains, especially when they reach the rank of Magos. I did not. I have fought under plenty of Magi who had no emotion at the loss of men and women in combat. I am glad to know I'm not doing that again. I am capable of quarantining emotions in my neurovolts and choosing to experience them if they are beneficial. I am not ruled by them, but I am not ignorant of them either. That is why casualty rates on missions under my command are 11.7% below the average. I'll take that as a good omen. Subdomina Kipra, how goes your attempts of establishing a foothold on Silva Tenebris with our main forces? Operations in the tomb of Ecropus are continuing, Magos, but the enemy is pressing our perimeter hard. It is impossible to explore the tomb if all my troops are tied up keeping themselves from being overrun. I see. The enemy is aware of our presence. It seems like it. They're not just attacking at random. The Necrons are exerting pressure at key points, hoping we will falter. Logic demands a response. Ignoring this predicament invites defeat. Your solution. With your help, collapse the tomb on them first. I have plotted 4 locations in the tomb of Eclopus. If these are made impassable with demolition charges, the Necrons won't have the run of their own tomb anymore. My cohort will see this done. Once the key points are blocked, the Necrons will be funneled into our crossfires. They'll spend a lot more lives testing our defenses. I am not certain the Necrons can be accurately said to have lives. Well, whatever they have, they're going to lose a lot of them. Alright, let's have a look-see. Well, there's our end point. We have a bunch of events, a couple of ruins, and at least one room that's just a flat-out encounter. Very nice. Let's start our exploration. Fascinating. Could this be some event from the distant history of the Necron race? I have heard rumors of such a mythology among the theories about the Necrons, but confirming it could be a breakthrough. On the wall of this chamber is inscribed a complex design resembling a star map, but the stars are depicted being consumed by ill-defined entities of swirling light and shadow. We could erase the recordings, examine them, stop to do a thorough inscription to try and for information the pick grab would miss, or we could just take pictures and spend no more time than necessary. I say let's examine this thing. Be thou wary of the works of the alien, for their presence is poison and their every word deceit. Galathomorians, 94.3. Mark those words well, Magos. As the cohort approaches the inscriptions, their rad tags flare red, indicating an unexpectedly high radiation level. They rapidly withdraw from the chamber, having narrowly avoided contamination from the strange images. It's lowered the Necron initiative. Was not expecting that. Alright, let's try ourselves a ruin. Or a glyph. Let's see, control panels, a heavy door leading to a treasure room. See, we've tried this one before and it's ended badly. Let's try this one. Okay, that one's a good one. That is a very good one. Let's try and remember that. Alright, new room ahead. The Necrons have awakened a bit. Don't care. Chest height. Chest heights of the menials will follow. Failure of maintenance observations inexcusable. The detonator of this charge appears to be a dud. Some menial must have neglected to perform the required anti-corrosion rites. Let's see. We can try and repair the thing. We can use force, which it sounds like a terrible idea. Or we can just do the same thing, replace the detonator. The cohort replaces the detonator with basic tech rights. However, when the charge goes off, the detonator proves to be poorly calibrated. resulting in an explosion that flashes out of the target chamber with a tremendous din. The explosion is even louder than normal and must have alerted nearby Necrons to the cohort's position, so the awakening has gone up a little bit. Which, I'll admit, probably isn't great, but better than trying to detonate the charge by shooting at it. That seems like a terrible idea. Let's see, another glyph. And we know this one's good. We'll test the theory. Yes! Yes, that is a good glyph for us to have. We will be using it more often. People might be wondering why I'm going through all the events. Quite simply, because we've got a Necron room ahead, a Necron battle ahead. If we go in there and destroy them, that will lower the awaken level a bit. The Skitarii units holding the Tomb of Ectris are suffering communication glitches, and one unit has run a cable to their command post to stay in touch. This cable runs across the chamber ahead, and it is obvious it has become severed, potentially cutting the unit off from the rest of the Skitarii force. Let's see, we can go the extra mile, which is fix the cable and check the surrounding area to find the unit. We can fix it as best as we can, or we can just ignore it. Well, we've got the initiative advantage, but we've kind of let them awake a bit, so let's just do a quick fix. That's using basic tech rituals. The cohort repairs the cable. They can ill afford the time spent, but can go on knowing they've fulfilled their duty both to the Omnissiah and to their fellow embattled units. So the tomb's woken up a little bit more, but we've gained some CP. So, small victories. Let's see. The explosive charge is put in place, but minuscule Necron scarab constructs emerge from apertures in the walls, evidently intent on devouring the explosives before they can go off. Let's see. We can destroy the scarabs before setting it. We can hurry to setting up the explosives so that they're ready before the scarabs can do damage, or we can cork the vents. Right, let's destroy the scarabs. The cohort sets about enthusiastically destroying the scarabs, which emit a satisfying crunch underfoot. While hunting down the last scuttering remnants, the cohort uncovers a hitherto unnoticed fist-sized sculpture of a Necron head, which is made of precious metals that can be repurposed. The process takes a long time, but the charges are set off without incident. So the Necrons are waking up a little, are at level 3, but we are slowly moving ahead. It could be worth checking this out. The damage here might give us some information on how best to bring down the target area of the tomb. Let's see, the chamber ahead is partially collapsed with a dangerously staggering ceiling and appears highly dangerous. Let's see, we can blow off some steam, which is to try to bring the whole thing down to test the placement of the cohort's demolition charges. We can observe the chamber for structural weaknesses, or we can find a way around the chamber. I'm saying we can observe. The cohort examines the load-bearing members of the tomb's construction, but as they are starting to gain an understanding of the structure, the chamber shifts and the ceiling begins to fall. The cohort are caught in the collapse and escape with injuries, but also with some knowledge of the tomb's design. So we've gained some CP, and our vanguard has taken some damage. Not great, but whatever. We'll deal with it. Several Necron skulls are carved into the walls of this chamber, all arranged looking at a central pedestal holding up a globe. Let's see, no Xenos tech for us. Move quickly through the chamber without paying its grotesque decorations any mind. We can examine the globe, it may be of significance, or we can examine the faces. Yeah, something seems off about this. Necrons aren't... Yeah, let's examine this. The eyes of the Necron heads appear to be hollow. On closer inspection, each conceals a weapon muzzle. The cohort watches for signs of a booby trap and note a subtle pressure plate in the floor around the globe. They move on with a new understanding of Necron cunning. Alright, level 4. Extra Necrons in battle. Well, we're going to be fighting them, so hopefully this will lower their alert level if we kill some of them. One can hope, if nothing else. And if nothing else, we've got at least 3 different... At least 3 scanners to work with. Which will be very useful in fact. Yes, we're using all of our CP points at this juncture, but the way I see it, we can, if nothing else, take this as a chance to get some, well, to get some of our wanted level down, as well as gather a bunch of Blackstone. It is also a chance for us to test out the Vanguard. Alright, done a bit of damage to this warrior over here. Nice. Very nice. Okay, move our servitor there to act as basically a meat shield for the crypto scarabs there. Or at least move him into position to start doing that. Ah, yes. We're starting to get into these little points that can have multiple little areas. Which can be useful, no question about it. Alright, he's a quick bugger, I'll give him that. And he can do a fair bit of damage, too. Which is much appreciated. Thankfully, the servitors do serve their purpose quite nicely. Yeah, here comes another warrior. More warriors, in fact. And scarabs. Okay. This is gonna suck a little bit, but kind of want to get get the scans done as quickly as possible, because we kind of need the... We do kind of need stuff. Okay, we're gonna do something a bit different. In that we're gonna activate our little cantrip just to have the additional points. And gain a bit more use out of him. And I'm kind of thankful we did, because that servitor just ate a crit for us. See, and the Skitarii took a shot. Not great, but well, he is troop. He is a troop. So he is fundamentally there to take bullets for us, as well as dish out some damage in return. Okay, first things first, let's get rid of that annoying little bugger. We'll move... There is a plan here. We're gonna move there, then we're gonna trigger a refractor generator, which will let us eat about 10 things of damage. So, not 10 things, about 5 things of damage, so hopefully this will help keep... Yeah, it'll help keep Sirius alive and well. Okay. Gonna do a bit of healing just so that we can get this guy, well, out of melee range alive, while still doing his job in the field of battle. So that's at least one less bugger we have to worry about. Though he apparently is very quickly replaced. Which, granted, isn't great, but we'll deal with what we can. And if possible, we can get rid of... God damn! Yeah, these two have just sort of been a hardy son of a bitch, and no mistake. Unfortunately for us, the Skitarii Vanguard doesn't provide us with the same cognition point benefits that the servitors get. Okay, first things first, we'll get rid of him. So that's one less Necron we have to worry about. And just a little smack, just to get, just so that we are free of that annoyance. That annoyance, and we are good. You know, just for the sake of it, we'll also just scan these scarabs just to, so we know exactly how much health they've got. Woo! Another deck run down. Okay. Got a crit off. Nice. Don't have to follow that up. Might as well also, while we're at it, collect some CP. Deal with you. Fantastic. Those acid burns are not fun. And unfortunately we didn't quite get into the point of being able to take out that last panel, but we gained a lot of Blackstone, we've healed a servitor a bit, and we've lowered the awakening by 3 just by completing that thing. So we're going into this last room with a level 3 awakening. Great, but we can deal with this. Let the final battle commence. Oh, look, a panel right there. We just have to survive for 4 rounds. Well, while we've got these guys taking care of these scarabs, we'll try and deal with the actual Necron warrior here. And hope for high. Hope for something high. Booyah! Oh. It's this middle one. So that's one servitor dead. No surprise there. 2 cryptechs gone. Wonderful. Although I think one of them may just be about to be replaced. Or not. Seems I was wrong. And admittedly, that servitor is going to be dead next turn, but not a whole lot we can do about that. Alright, first off, we can at least see how much health. No, we can move here. So that we can scan this panel, which paid off rather nicely. Though this panel seems to be a lot more heavily fortified than the others. Tell you what, we'll also run back here and we'll heal up the servitor, because considering this is a survival thing, I suspect we're about to have friends really, really soon. Speaking of, here they come. Just move, we'll move Conrad into cover, so we can at least benefit from this shield. And let's see what damage we can do. Oh, we killed one already. Very nice. Actually, no. We'll start by moving the servitor down here so we can start whacking this panel. No harm in making sure that this flare is gone. And we'll move serious armor forward to deal with this last Necron in a moment. Oh look, more of them have come. Let's hope for something big so we can get rid of this panel. There we go. That worked out nicely. Okay. With this panel gun, we're going to move our servitor friend up this way. I'm sensing a pattern. Alright, whoopsie-daisy, I completely forgot to... get rid of you. Yeah, it seems that no matter what, we're going... Hello, you're new. Lifeform sudden appearance on an apex, unexpected. Diagnosis, possible tech, form list, plus teleportation, plus warp travel, plus unknown. This is no form of warp travel. The telepathica board has reported no disturbance near the planet the whole time we've been here. Alternative dimensional shift? Teleportation plus unknown? That's teleportation too volatile. No power signs. No lightning. No singe marks. Tomb too deep for teleportation. Plus alternative dimensional shift plus unknown. We know there is only the immaterium and real space. Scriptures have written about only these two for millennia. Noting conclusion, plus unknown, logged. Disappointment, desire for answers must be fulfilled. So, death mark. So we have to, our goal now, kill all enemies. Which is fair enough. Though I feel like it might be a good idea to... No, we can push on. We can push forward. Not sure what... Can't remember what this death mark does, but... Ah, that's what you do. Little bugger. Well, just because you can do it, you're dead now. We'll just send our servitor up here, just well, let's be honest, he's gonna be bait. Okay, first things first, we're going to just heal ourselves a little bit. Do a whack. Then take advantage of the fact that they can't... that we don't take attacks of opportunity with Sirius to just move there. Yeah, we can't get the shot off. But we can gather some more CP. So we can use our bigger gun. And get rid of these two. Well worth the cost of... well worth that cost. And that servitor has now contained this particular annoyance. And another one bites the dust. both in the form of the Necron and might as well take advantage of this, because the way I see it, even if we fail, we can just do this. And victory is ours. Granted, it was probably a costly victory, but victory nonetheless. The last demolition charge brings down another section of the tomb. The most heavily used routes around the tomb are now cut off, and the Necrons will be forced to fight on Skitarii terms from now on. Servants of the Omnissiah will live now, who would otherwise die, Magos. My thanks for sending your tech priests to the aid of my troops. We will profit nothing on this world if our troops on the ground cannot keep the tombs open until we can ascertain the threat they contain. It is simple logic, Subdomina. Maybe, but nevertheless, I thank you. Few Skitarii have much reason to expect a tech priest to come to their aid so directly. We are used to being disposable. My emotional cores return dismay and anger whenever a Skitarii is described as disposable. No one is disposable so long as they do the Omnissiah's work. Thus it is written. Let's see, we had to spend some Blackstone to do repair work, but... I don't know, tech priest, but... I do believe that we have more than made up for that in the Blackstone we collected, and not just from the job, but collected in the field, as well as what we've earned from killing the enemy. Very nice indeed. Let's see, Litany of Life, because we've completed 5 missions. We restore 10 HP on the active unit. The will of the Omnissiah is so strong within the prayers chanted, the priests will stop at nothing, not even death. And because we've scanned 24 Necrons, Litany of the Electromancer. The next 4 attacks will ignore all armor. Let our knowledge be as a lantern in the dark, and our enemies shall burn in its light. Activate the machine spirit 20 times. Let's see, taming the machine spirit. Max the machine spirit of all weapons. Ooh, that is a good one. Raising their voices in Bihiric praise, the disciples of the machine god bolster their spirits with a surety of iron. Okay. We have gained a lot from that mission, including a new troop tribe in the form of the Skitarii Ranger, who will reveal enemy statistics when dealing damage, and they are a single target range attack, which deals energy damage. So they would pair up rather nicely with the Vanguard. But we also have a new tech priest. Now, we haven't actually given this one a name yet because we just got them, but let's have a quick look. What have we got? What do we want to put you through? Let's see, we can make him useful for leading the troops. We can do the more... Let's see, what kind of stuff do you do? See, defensive, bless, master refractor, and overzealous. Not bad. Let's see, rigorous. Let's see the Lex Mechanicus, which yes would definitely be useful, since the Lex Mechanic is designed for dealing with gathering a lot of CP together. And we also have the Engine Seer, which is basically which is basically a healer. I'm inclined to go make him the Alex Mechanic. Just simply because this way, as they level up, we will have the ability to, well, make sure that we don't run short of cognition points anytime soon. And we'll get him on par with his peers. If nothing else. And speaking of his peers, ah yes, he's rank 5. We'll give Conrad a bit of a boost, so that we can give him some. We'll give him a. We'll give him the melee dealing little whacker, because that way he has at least something for melee range. Oh yes, and we have enough stone for one more upgrade here. So all 3 of our tech priests are now on the same level of rank 6, though we do have to give this new one a name. Now let's see. We also have a few more missions available to us at the moment. Let's see, we've got grave goods as normal from the mouth of malediction, which we had before. We have another mission from Kepra. Let's see, protection detail. A unit of Skitarii escorting a topographical surveying device has become trapped in the tomb of Acrolisk. Subdomina Kepra has requested a cohort reach the unit and save the Oculus Topographicus, which in return will give us a Skitarii Alpha Ranger and an extra point of cognition gauge, so that we can gain more cognition points. Let's see, we also have one from a new face, Ro. Radiation burns. Damage sustained during warp transit forced the Citaris Mittelkun to vent much of its fuel reserves. Quartermaster Reo suggests acquiring a supply of isotopic material from the tomb for use as fuel on the ship. And in return for that, we will get a phosphor blaster, which shoots multiple projectiles in a cone area, reveals enemy target statistics, deals 4 to 6 enemy damage to targets in an area. Nice, that is a very nice unit. Plus it gives us a fair bit of blackstone just by default. And we finally have Captrix, the Lord Astronomer. The Skitarii have located the sarcophagus of Lord Ecropus in his tomb. Prime Hemeticon Captrix requests a high-risk mission be sent to destroy Ecropus. For those who remember, I'm pretty sure that this is the guy we saw in the prologue mission. Basically, this is a mission to go in and kill the son of a bitch. And in return for us doing this, we will get an eradication ray. Flies in a straight line, passing through all targets. All units, deals 7 to 9 energy damage. It costs 4 cognition to use, but if put in the hands of Conrad, that will do a minimum of 8 damage, which is nice. We also have a upgraded refractor field generator, and that's it. Instead of the one we've got now, which would absorb 5 damage, this one will absorb 8. And troop deployment cost is reduced by 30%, which is not bad at all. Not bad in the slightest. Though I'm inclined we'll come after this guy, but at the moment I'm a bit more inclined to do Kepras, so that we have at least another gauge, cognition gauge. We have another point of gauge so that when we're going in, we have a fair amount of damage being unleashed. But that's to take place another time. Oh yeah, you may have noticed something a little earlier. Well, I've actually managed to uncover something that I wasn't aware was in this game, but while you're in this menu, if you hold down the spacebar, you can enter this mode, which gives us a hidden extra guy. Though I've looked into this, apparently he doesn't start giving missions until the Necrons are about 20% awake. So I have no idea what those missions are involved with those, or what they mean, but apparently secret missions, all for it. But until next time, my name is Brightops, and I look forward to hearing from you.